we're live, hopefully.
Yeah. Good morning and welcome to the Pete Braley Show. This is show number 253. I'm your host, Pete Braley, along with my co-host, the executive producer, the show creator, the IT guy who's been sweating the past few minutes.
I'm still trying to fix it, but
yeah,
we're here.
And the all-around great guy, that's my son, Matt. Hello.
If anything happens, I'll upload the full show later. But we're here. We're just gonna keep trying. So, hey.
Feed the hamster some more food so he keeps the treadmill
exactly.
going. Powers the whole show.
That's how it works.
Thank you for choosing us today. Our goal is to always start your day off on a positive note. So if you like what we do here, please be sure to hit the like button, the thumbs up, and subscribe so that you don't miss any future shows. We are live on YouTube. Well, knock on wood. We are live on YouTube Friday mornings at 8 o'clock, and you can also join us wherever you go for your favorite podcast apps. Coming up today, our main story is about the time change. It's this weekend, Foodie Friday, as we finally feature, well, something that was in the news. The name game is coming to an end for some boomers. We'll explain. We'll draft our favorite childhood toys and more coming up. But good morning, welcome. It is Friday, and we head for the time change. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. Hope you had a good week. I found out yesterday, was it, that I do have to have root canal.
Gross.
Yeah. I mentioned this, I think, last summer, and the little sensation on my cheek, it never got any worse. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just keep going until it gets worse. So anyway, I went for my 6-month checkup, and sure enough, they x-rayed it, and they said, oh, you got something going on there. So was it Gail? I think it was Gail that told me that it's okay. It's not, because you think root canal, you think, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
We tied up for a week, swollen mouth and everything.
It just sounds painful. I mean, it definitely is a dentist that came up with that name because they're just ruthless. Right. But I guess it sounds gross, painful.
I guess they've come a long way, so they have new procedures.
Hopefully. I mean, the internet hasn't come a long way, clearly. We're still struggling with stuff like this. Crazy.
So they asked me, when I could go, and I said, any day but Friday, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So he's going to go Thursday. And it's going to sound like, what's that guy's name? Walter Cronkite.
We're trying to start today in a positive.
Exactly. Today we'll be drafting the top 5 Walter Cronkite quotes.
It is Friday, March 10th. Welcome to International Bagpipe Day.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes.
Really? Do you like the bagpipes?
I like them in specific situations. I think they're very nice.
I know
they just have such an iconic sound,
Yeah.
How do you hate them?
They are cut because they give me a headache, I think.
I guess, yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to a live bagpipe performance.
I just think sometimes they're just interesting.
Yeah. I know they're very traditional, like for like a firefighter center, or especially a funeral or something like that.
Right.
So
maybe that's what it is. It's a very emotional instrument.
True.
In certain situations, it's big. It's
Have you ever wanted to try playing it?
It's too complicated. I don't know if I would want to, because you got you
got to squeeze the bag, right?
Bag and the pipes and the recorder part of it.
Yeah,
I think that's like the easiest part.
But
it's also it's like delayed, right, from when. Like the timing is weird, I think.
Yeah,
because it's all about you're blowing to fill the bag
and then you're pressing the bag.
You're squeezing the bag to make the sound. So like the timing of it is just really weird. I don't know if that would take a lot of training. Yeah.
It's National Pack Your Lunch Day, which they say is a great way to save money.
Nice.
National Blueberry Popover Day, because I love a bakery, so I love a popover. It's kind of like
I don't know if I've had a popover.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it like it's a pastry? It's like a puffed up pastry, and it's got blueberry filling. So
okay, can you like feel the texture of the blueberries?
Sometimes.
I don't know.
You're not good.
Yeah,
there.
I'm not sure.
National Mario Day. It recognizes the iconic character from the popular video game.
With the big movie coming out soon.
That's right. It's National Middle Name Pride Day. Of course, you go by your middle name singing.
I have so much pride in it that I have a whole personality based around it.
Hunter Braley.
Yeah, that's me.
Peter Russell Braley here.
Yeah.
So.
Why don't you appreciate Russell a little bit more?
I don't have an issue with Russell.
I don't hear you talk about it. I want to hear you introduce yourself.
Good morning and welcome.
I'm Peter Russell.
I'm your host, Russ Braley.
No.
No?
No, don't do my thing. Don't just completely take over.
Okay.
I was just saying, I'm Peter Russell. Nice to meet you.
Wouldn't that
then people are going to think that's your last name.
Wouldn't that be like a PBS special? Like Masterpiece Theater. Hello and welcome. I'm Peter Russell Braley.
I guess. I don't know what you just referenced, but sure.
And today is also National Ranch Day. It celebrates the dressing that many people can't live without. And furthering the belief that ranch goes with everything, which I don't necessarily agree with, Van Leeuwen, the ice cream company behind the Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream, has teamed up with Hidden Valley on a new ranch ice cream. You waiting for him to say Foodie Friday?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to say we're going to try and find it, and then it's going to be like $45 for a sample cup. And yeah.
The limited edition dessert will be available to the public later this month at Walmart, but so far early reviews have been mixed, which I'm not surprised at all. That reviews are mixed. Ranch dressing ice cream?
I just don't. I think people go a little too over the top with ranch. I love ranch. Ranch is good,
right?
In what it's meant to be.
You don't like the fact that your sister Kat dips her pizza in it, right?
Only because I think it's a little disrespectful to pizza. I think pizza's good. I don't think it needs ranch.
Okay.
But like chicken, you can dip in ranch.
Steak,
salad is great. Steak, I don't think so.
I
think that's also. I used to do it as a kid, but.
Okay.
I feel like, again, it's kind of disrespectful to
I knew somebody did out of the four.
I think we all did, to be fair, but I think it's a little disrespectful to the steak. I think if a steak's cooked well enough. Okay. I don't know if we were, as kids, trying to tell you that the steak wasn't cooked well.
Could be.
I don't know. Yeah.
On the Datebook, it was on this day in 1862, the U.S. introduced the first paper money. It was in the form of a $5, so note, they had no $1 bill at the time.
Oh. It was probably still a coin, right?
Probably.
The dollar coin.
It was in the form of a $5 bill. There was a $10 bill, $20, $50, $100. There was a $500 bill, which I don't know if they still do.
I don't think that's a thing, right?
And there was a $1,000 bill.
Is that a thing? I don't think so.
No, I think your sister Sarah was in banking for a while.
Right.
And I think she told me they've done away with is it the $1,000 bill? I'm not sure. So.
I think hundreds is really just the most common, like the biggest, I think now. I mean, you see, granted, I'm basing this, I love basing information off Hollywood movies, but like anytime someone has a bag of money, it's always hundreds.
Right.
It would always be, but then again, it would probably be just like less discreet to have just like some thousands, Instead, they need the bag of money.
Yes,
it would be like
it'd be a small bag.
It'd be a sandwich bag.
Right.
It wouldn't be as interesting. Yeah, not as visually appealing.
I got $10,000 right here. It's in my pocket.
I have $10,000 in my wallet and a bag full of phone books because it's my prized possession.
On this day in 1876, there was the first telephone call. As Alexander Graham Bell said, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." He was calling his assistant, Thomas Watson, who was in the other room.
So disappointed. They didn't plan that out at all. They definitely didn't expect it to work. And then it did, and they were like, what do I say?
He's in the next room. So
I expect like one small word for a man, one giant, like Neil Armstrong planned that. He had that ready to go.
From what I understand, he had... There was some kind of accident, like maybe he...
With the phone?
Yeah, no, like he got a little acid on his finger or something. Oh, he called him as if to say, I need you. Come and help me. So it was one of those things.
It was really bad. He's like, I really hope this thing I created works. I really need...
Or I'm really screwed.
Yeah. That's funny.
On this day in 1964, Simon and Garfunkel recorded the first version of The Sound of Silence.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh, thank you.
I was reading the chat.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, so good.
I've come to talk with you again.
So great.
Isn't it great?
So eerie. And
from what I understand, if you're noticing, I said 1964, and that wasn't a hit till 1966. Notice the fact I said recorded the first version.
Oh.
I recently learned, probably on TikTok, that they recorded the song, and it kind of sat on a shelf.
Okay.
And then a record producer listened to it like months or years or a year later.
Yeah.
And said, I could mix this. So he had musicians come in and he actually mixed them over the vocal. So Paul Simon was, I think, in Europe, and all of a sudden he hears this song and he's like, I don't remember us doing it that way.
Dang, that's funny.
But it blew up and became a number one.
Hopefully he's like happy with the way it turned out and not like he wasn't super angry.
On this day in 1978, the TV series The Incredible Hulk starring Bill Bixby premiered. On this day in 1997, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I have never seen a single episode of.
Yeah, me neither.
With Sarah Michelle Gellar, that premiered on the WB. And it was on this day in 1997 that the Palm Pilot is released. And this guy didn't know what the Palm Pilot was.
Well, yeah, but also, I mean, there it is. But also because we had what was that cell phone called? It was like the Palm Pre or something like that.
Yeah, right.
So I was curious if it was like in that family, which I think it actually is in the family.
Something similar.
I think the Palm Pre is just the more advanced version.
Right.
Which nowadays would look like ancient technology.
I know, huh? Does anyone still have one?
Did you ever have a Palm Pilot?
A Palm Pilot? No.
No. Looks cool.
Yeah, you can have fun with that.
Looks old, but looks cool.
Had to have the stylus. That was cool.
I miss the stylus days.
Celebrity birthdays. We got a lot today. Chuck Norris is 82. Tom Schultz from the band Boston, he's 76. Actress Sharon Stone, 65. Pam Oliver, who is the sideline reporter for, Fox? She is 62. Former Red Sox pitcher Mike Timlin, 57. Paget Brewster from Criminal Minds is 54. John Hamm, what was his TV show, Mad Men? He's 51. NASCAR's Matt Kenseth, also 51. Timberland is 51. Carrie Underwood I have her as 39, so she's not the big 4-0 yet. Tuukka Rask of the Bruins, former goalie, is 36. Emily Osment, who I think is on...
She was on Hannah Montana, wasn't she?
Yes, she was on Hannah Montana. She's now on the Sheldon show.
Oh, Young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon, yeah. She's 31. And L.A. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert is 25.
Nice.
All right, I see a lot going on in the chats.
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, I need to address it. Justin says, can't be, we're talking about ranch again. Justin says, can't be any worse than cold ranch and cheese sandwich. Heard some people eat that. He's referring to me. This is this big thing. I ate it as a kid. I don't eat it anymore.
No.
But yes, I did go through a phase as a kid where I ate cheese and ranch sandwiches, which I now pose this question. Did everyone not have like some weird combination of food that they ate as a kid? And so that is my question. What was your thing that's like pretty weird that you ate as a kid?
Probably.
Pretty religiously.
I would have to think on that.
For me, it's the cheese and ranch sandwich. I don't know why. I went through a phase. Ranch just has such a strong taste that I think as a kid, it's just... like, if you like it, you just kind of want it.
Right.
And so I was like, slap some cheese on that bad boy and let me ingest this right now.
That's right. I remember you going through that phase.
Right.
Yeah.
I was a kid, Justin. Come in some slack, okay? I didn't know Justin was out here eating, like, I don't know, burrito bowls and filet mignon. And I like how I put those two together.
Burrito bowls.
My mind went burrito, and I was like, let's make it a little bit more formal. We'll put it in a bowl, and then I put it next to filet. That's how high burritos rank in my standing. Dana loves some bagpipes. Me too, man. He says, sounds like a dying goose, but love them.
Okay.
Exactly. It's iconic. Yeah. Gail says, my husband played bagpipes in a marching band and for a couple of weddings and funerals. It's an insane talent to have.
A bagpipe in a marching band? That's cool.
If I run into a span of time in which I have nothing to do, I would like to, like, maybe this, you know what, this is my retirement plan. I'm planning it now.
Okay.
I will learn the bagpipes before I die. That's my goal.
You heard it here first.
So and I want to play the harmonica. I feel like the harmonica is a little bit easier than the bagpipes.
I could never do that. I tried, but
those are my two goals.
Whenever I played the harmonica and it just comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Gail says, I don't remember eating weird stuff, but I do remember my sister Anita eating peanut butter and coffee mate powder sandwiches. That's definitely like a kid combination.
Yes.
Like, how old was she? Because, wow. I can't, just as an adult eating that makes me nauseous.
I can't think of any strange things that I used to eat. Of course, I got to go back more than you.
Something, yeah.
There's got to be something.
Yeah. Gary's in Abby's neck of the woods watching the show today. Hey, come on.
All right.
Abby said, welcome to the cold. It's pretty chilly here, I'm not going to lie.
It was like 31, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just a winter day. It's pretty standard. Anyways, let's get going.
All right. Our main story today is about the time change, which is coming up this weekend. This is the weekend we change the clocks. You spring ahead, all right? You turn it ahead 1 hour before you go to bed Saturday nights. Or if you want to be official, it's 2 a.m. Sunday. We lose an hour of sleep. But most people like this change better than the one in the fall because you gain an hour of sunlight in the evening.
I think there's more of a reward. I think there's an immediate reward of the fallback of the extra hour sleep.
Right.
But yeah, this one's definitely a more long-lasting
Yeah, and
reward.
it's more, I mean, it's kind of depressing when it gets dark at 4:30, you know?
I don't know. Sometimes I like it. I don't know. I've always had this weird thing where, like, I don't know. Dinners are nice. I don't know. I like it.
All right.
It's like dinner and it's dark out and it's the night times here. You just enjoy yourself. It's
Now-
like the day ends early. Like work's done early. I'm done. It's dark out.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
This is the one that actually hurts more, okay?
Yeah.
It actually, and statistics back it up, it has led to more traffic accidents on Monday morning because you're kind of in a daze. You're suffering from jet lag. I've always said that because your body thinks it is. If you get up at 6:30 normally,
Okay. Yeah.
on Monday morning or Sunday morning, actually, when your alarm goes off at 6:30, your body's going to think it's 5:30. So
guess.
you're kind of off, you know?
Am I the only one that like has never had a super concrete sleep schedule so that like big changes affect me? Like the other day I had to wake up super early we were trying to get soccer tickets. Spoiler, we didn't get them. So I woke up. So obviously that day.
You woke up like at 5.
Yeah,
right?
that day was really weird.
Yeah.
Obviously. But like the 1 hour change, I don't know. Like I've never had such a concrete schedule. I don't know if it's going to affect me all that much.
It used to bother me when I did morning radio
Right, but you had the concrete schedule.
because my alarm is set at 4:15.
Does everyone go to bed at the same time? What's everyone's bedtime? Mine ranges. Last night I went to bed at like 11:30. It was a good day.
I had a date the other night. Mom was working, and it was like 8:00, and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Old people. He going to bed. He was probably watching TikToks until midnight.
I just told our dentist yesterday. She asked me about the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, while she had all these devices in my mouth.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Can't stand that. Yeah.
So I told her how we have a feature on the show. I don't even know if you're aware that we have. I mean, it just kind of comes up.
Yeah, it's not really a feature.
But we have this thing on the show where wherever I say something, he goes, old people problems.
Yeah, it's not really I mean, I just pick on you.
Yeah.
and stuff.
So anyway, with the time change, statistics also show, and maybe Dana can comment on this if he's noticed this over the years in medicine, that the Monday after the time change, there's an increase in heart attacks.
Interesting.
People
That's
are just
so
going on.
crazy that the smallest change can affect that.
Yeah.
By the way, Gail says I get in bed at 8. Abby says I'm with you, Matt. I don't feel the changes. I just freestyle my sleep schedule. That's a good way to put it. I'm going to use that from now on. Justin says 11 to 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Between, having a set routine at work,
Right.
Monday through Friday had to be there this time, and then having kids and sports, I've had a schedule. I don't have one now.
Right.
I can get up whenever I want.
Right.
Retirement.
I felt like such a grown up last night. I put my phone down at like 10:30, and I already set my alarms and everything. I put my phone down to charge, and I got my book. I've been reading a lot lately. I remember throwback to the time where you're like, you don't read, and I did. And now I'm like hardcore reading.
What is it, The Hunger Games you're reading?
Yeah. Again, I'm reliving my middle school days. But anyways, I read my book, and then when I was done reading, put the book down, turn the light out, and went to bed. Now, the irresponsible kid thing that I always do is put the book down, take out the phone, last final checks, because it's 100% an addiction, put it down, and go to bed.
Yeah.
But no, I was such a grown-up last night. I'm so proud.
I'm proud of you, too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is this the last time that we're going to change the clocks? I'm not sure. In March of last year, the Senate passed what is known as the Sunshine Protection Act, which would end the twice-a-year ritual of changing clocks by making one set time permanent. And they pretty much agreed on daylight savings. The bill, passed in the Senate, never made it to the House of Representatives. It hit a brick wall, according to The Hill publication. The article said fundamental disagreements with the language of the bill, such as whether daylight saving or standard time should be the permanent time. And the House said they had other priorities. They were the main reasons why the Sunshine Protection Act was never voted on. But last week, Senator Marco Rubio of Florida reintroduced the Sunshine Protection Act in the Senate. Time will tell if the new Republican-controlled House of Representatives will vote on the bill or not. By the way, a poll by YouGov found that 63% of Americans want to end the changing of the clocks. 48% want to stay on daylight savings time versus 29% who would rather remain on standard time. So
interesting. I mean, it's gonna get brought back up now. It always becomes relevant when it's happening, and then it like slowly dissipates. So hopefully they can get something done while it's like still fresh.
The only negative I see to it, and we've discussed this on the show before, is that there'll be a few weeks in either December or January where the sun won't come up until almost 8 o'clock. So
it doesn't really affect me all that much.
If you can deal with
Does
that,
anybody care with that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right. We'll see what happens. Don't forget, 2 a.m. Well, when you go to bed Saturday nights, your phones do it automatically now, which is cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I do still have an old alarm clock that I use. Not an old. I mean, I bought it on Amazon like not too long ago. Okay. But like
your backup,
an old method alarm clock.
Back in the day.
Yeah. I used to have one of those loud analog ones. It was goofy. It was pretty cool. I got it in Disney World. Anyways, dude, that thing was loud. You remember the bells?
Oh, yes.
Man, that I would whip that across the room if I still had that. That was terrible.
Actually worse than the one you have on your phone going.
Yeah. I can switch it to the ducks if you want, like I did before. I'll just make everything the ducks.
It is time for the Stumpah, and our Stumpah this week. And who do we have? Is Abby or Gail?
Abby's in the lead by one.
Big lead.
Yeah. And we got, 3 more weeks? 4 more weeks?
3, I think.
I think 4 including today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see if you can.
Because March is weird. March, we got 5 Fridays.
5 Fridays, right.
Yeah.
We get an overtime for that?
I don't think so, no.
Today's Stumpah, the average driver will do this just over 15,000 times in their lifetime. What is it? The average driver will do this just over 15,000 times in their lifetime. What is it? Let us know. Put your answer in the chat, and we just might have a winner. Don't forget, you can follow our socials during the week. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, please, if you haven't done so already. It would really help us out. And by the way, I did want to say, if you clicked on like maybe a month ago, I mean, if you could you do it every time?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, if it doesn't bother you all that much,
yeah. We'd appreciate it.
We don't want to inconvenience you.
It helps with the
But do it. What's going on? Do it.
Yeah.
Like it right now. We're not continuing until you like it. Stop. Don't talk. We have no way of knowing if they do
I was going to say, how long do I do this? You can email us at thepetebraleyshow@gmail.com, and we do have a voicemail number. If you think of something during the week that you want to comment on or think we should know about or ask any question about the show, it's 774-473-9910. All right, back to the question. The average driver will do this just over 15,000 times in their life. What is it? What do we got?
Gary says, stop short.
Stop short. No.
Let's see. Parallel park.
No, not that.
Not it. Justin says, be in the wrong lane.
No.
No. Emily says, pump gas.
No.
Danny says, change lanes.
No.
Abby says, forget their directional.
No.
Justin says, road rage. Oh, sorry. I didn't give Abby her buzzer.
Yeah.
Justin says, road rage.
No.
And I skipped over the answer because this was literally I think this holds the record for the shortest Stumpah at the second guess.
Wow.
Gary said, honk at somebody.
Honk at somebody is right. Congratulations. I think you're right.
I mean, I had to get other answers strictly for the TikTok is what I just had to do.
Yeah.
Gary, what the heck? Gary knew that we were having internet problems. He knew that we talked right before the show. Apparently, Gary has the studio bugged. I said to Pete, I was like, hey, we should probably maybe skip some witty banter here and there just to make sure we still stay in the time frame because we're a little late.
Yep.
Gary was like, no worries. I'm just going to take the Stumpah out of the equation. Second guess. Gary.
Show's going to be over in 48 minutes. Yeah.
Gary, you see a script or something? What'd you come by the house? I mean, I keep it in my room, in my bag. I don't know. Gary broke into the house or something.
When we had our monthly meeting,
yeah,
we asked this question to Trish, and I think Sarah was there. Or Kat. And it went for a while. They never got it.
It's really the hardest thing to gauge is how tough a question is.
Yeah, the answer is honk their horn 15,000 times in their lifetime. And for what it's worth, men are 3 times more likely than women to lay on the horn.
We all thought 15,000 was crazy. I I'm just not really a horn honker unless it comes to my safety. If someone's going to hit the car, I'll honk the horn.
Right.
I'm not a road rage type of driver. You saw what was it the other day? We were driving together somewhere, and someone like cut me off, and I was like, "Excuse me, sir."
Yeah, right.
And I was like, "Dad, that's pretty much the extent of my road rage right there."
What is it? I said when we were having this meeting, I said, "Well, wouldn't they do that if you go to pick somebody up and you're like, I'm here," and he was like, we text now.
Yeah, we
and
don't
I
really.
Thought,
that's like the other day.
Right.
What was going on? I don't. Oh, well, we did have, there was that big search going on in Fairhaven.
Yes.
And so there was like a bunch of police cars and stuff down the street.
There was a missing woman who they found alive.
Yes.
Yep.
But there was a bunch of police cars, a bunch of people, and you were bringing home groceries. You were like, I'll honk when I get there. And I was like, I don't think now's the time, Dad. I was like, just text me.
Just text me. Yeah, it's not really fine.
Yeah, no, 15,000 times. I don't know. I probably do it like a handful of times a year.
Yeah, I don't think, I do it. When I come home with the groceries.
Yeah, old people.
Yeah, well, I don't think I do it anymore when I'm picking somebody up. I'll just text, I'm here.
Right. Yeah, no, 15,000 times. I think that's an older answer right there.
It's time for a story about the name game. The name game is coming to an end for some boomers who are slowly seeing their names go extinct. There's a website called Stacker. It looked at the Social Security Administration records of popular names for people born between 1946 and 1964, the boomers. Then they went and checked, they checked names that were given to 75 or fewer babies in 2021. The following names are in danger of disappearing. See if you know many people with these names.
This also kind of aligns with my statements I've made before about how like the babies just don't have these names. Like they just grow up and they're like 50 years old. Like there's no childhood period. A lot of these names are also coincide with that.
Now we'll start with the men. Do you know anybody named Doyle?
I know a tight end for the Colts with a last name of Doyle, not a first name.
How about Wilbert?
I mean, I've heard of Wilberts, but I don't know if I know one.
I know a couple of Wills, but I'm not sure if it's William or... I'll have to ask.
Probability-wise, it's probably William, I would say.
You don't hear too many people named Chuck anymore, do you?
So that one I got an issue with because that's a nickname. I think you're still seeing some Charles. We got Charlie. Might. I could call Charlie Chuck if I wanted to, but I don't because it's not as cute.
That's true.
Although we did know it, Chucky. Gail's son's old dog, Chucky.
Chucky
was the best, yeah.
Horace. You don't see too many babies named Horace anymore?
No.
Delbert, which I know Dilbert. I don't know Delbert.
Delbert. Was that ever a name?
I guess.
Okay.
There aren't too many men named Pat anymore, for Patrick.
But that's another one, though. It's a nickname.
It's kind of a nickname.
Yeah. Probably not, though.
This one caught my eye because he's my son. There aren't too many people named Doug anymore.
True.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, not a lot of Douglases walking around.
Lynn for a man. There was a Pittsburgh Steelers had a wide receiver, Lynn Swan. Yeah, you don't see too many Lynns.
You don't see too many female Lynns.
No, you don't. You don't see too many men named Kim.
Is Lynn a nickname? Ashlyn, right? That's a name.
Yeah, but no, Lynn is the name.
Interesting.
Yeah. And this says, correct me if I'm wrong, this says the name Bob which again is a nickname.
I wonder if they're just saying like no one's really using Bob as a name for Robert anymore. But I don't know if that's true because maybe the Roberts just haven't grown up yet. I feel like you don't become a Bob until you hit maybe like 35.
I know
you go from Robert or Robbie or Bobby to Bob. That's when you grow up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know a couple of Robert. I know one Robbie, so maybe his name is Robert. So
maybe he hasn't reached the age yet where he's Bob.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
One day.
Now, for females, the names that are just disappearing, you don't hear too many Saundras.
No, yeah.
Laverne.
Definitely not, yeah. That's one of the names I was referring to, though, is like, I don't think there's ever been a baby Laverne.
Yeah, just suddenly you're 35.
Out the womb, not even like 50.
The Pat also makes the women's list.
Interesting.
So we had Patrick and now Patricia, right? But I I wonder if now are they saying the name Patricia is no longer good?
No, because I think they would have put Patricia.
They're saying Pat. Yeah.
Although I do think Patricia is probably aging out.
Probably.
Yeah.
You don't see too many women named Dolores anymore.
Definitely not. Yeah. That's another one though. Show me a baby Dolores somewhere. They don't exist.
Gail made the list, but it's spelled
differently.
Yes, Gale.
Yeah.
So,
but that's another nicknames. Gail, is yours a nickname, or is because I'm like Abigail?
Oh, okay.
But I think it could be a name standalone. Gail. Someone would name someone Gail.
Yeah. Also on the list, Rhonda, spelled Ronda.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Although Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
Yeah. The
fighter.
But I'm like naming new babies Rhonda. I could see that. Yeah.
Don't see too many babies named Pam.
Yeah. That's true. I'm trying to think if I had a girl, if I would name her Pam right now. Pamela. Probably not. Sheila is on the list. Also, Patty and Jan. Just Jan, not Jan. They're just roasting the Pat names in this list. Whoever wrote this list had an ex named Pat. They were like, I'm including this everywhere. Yeah.
And as anybody else, when you were naming your children, those that have children, when you were naming their children, did old arch enemies come into your thought?
I feel like that has to happen, no?
I think it was your sister, Sarah. I probably shouldn't mention the name. Yeah. That brings up bad memories.
Yeah, right. Don't mention
when we were trying to name Sarah, we were going. Your mom and I had a baby book.
Okay.
A baby name book.
Now we just have Google. But yeah.
Right. Well, this was 1989.
Pre-Google.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and the Google app.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
Well, so, apps themselves weren't a thing.
In 1989.
Unless you had a Palm Pilot, then maybe.
With my stylus.
Right.
You know? So anyway, we were laying in bed, going through the book, trying to think of names. And I thought of one name. I thought, oh, this is a nice name. And she was like, no. I was like, and your mom's not usually that angry or thing. Right. I was like, why not? She said, because I went to school with so-and-so and I hated her and she made my life miserable in high school.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
But I think that's fair because you don't want and granted, I think as the child grows, you would then have a new reference for the name. So it would probably lessen, but I don't think you want that right off the bat.
You don't want that reminder.
You just hate the kid right off the bat. Like, how dare you? I remember when you said that to me in middle school. Wait a minute. This is my kid. Yeah. Anyways, Abby said you never realize how many people you hate until you have to name a baby. That's funny.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. By the way, Gail's name is Gail Jean.
Gail Jean.
Gail Jean. Okay. First and second, she says Gail Jean. So,
all right.
So not really a nickname. Like Gail is not short for anything.
Right.
Yeah.
For Abigail.
Which makes sense, I think. I think Gail can be a standalone name. But like Pat, I don't think you think anyone's. Your cousin Pat.
I have a cousin Pat.
Is she just Pat?
No, she's Patricia.
Okay.
But everybody calls her Pat.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
names.
All right, this would be the Stumpah round 2, but Gary...
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, thanks, Gary, yeah. So that brings me to a question that I read this week that my first response was no, but then I'm like, wait a minute. And that question is cereal a soup?
I can't remember if we've talked about this one because we've talked about things like this all the time. I don't know this one specifically. There's just always something. Now they're like, is pizza technically
we talked
a Brussels sprout?
Well,
no, I don't think it is.
We had the debate about whether or not a hot dog's a sandwich.
Right. Wasn't there something else? Was there something about a bagel? Or no, I referenced a bagel, I think.
Maybe. So my first response to and this is the kind of thing I read during the week, in case you're wondering.
Yeah. Waste of time, some might say.
Is cereal a soup? My first response was, no, that's just not a soup. But hear me out. That is the question joining other food debates, like should mac and cheese be eaten with a fork or spoon?
Obviously a
spoon.
Fork. Are you kidding me? Do you actually believe that? Or did you do that to be funny?
The Kraft macaroni and cheese, in the blue box, I would rather have a spoon. Because they're little noodles. Do I have to leave now?
But then you get to the end of the bowl, you might have a couple strays. You can still scoop them out there.
Oh, it's easier to stab them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That'll be next week.
Well, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can just answer both. Put it in the chat, please.
National Cereal Day was Tuesday. That's how this all came about. So, can cereal be considered a soup? There's a website called The Takeout that presented some arguments for both sides. All right. If you want to say yes, it is a soup. It's a soup because cereal is eaten with a spoon, and you need a bowl. Like soup, it contains a liquid, which is the milk mixed with solids.
Nah, I don't buy it.
Now, those that say no, the explanation for that will be soup should be hot and made from cooked, savory ingredients. Also, soup is not breakfast. So you've got two different thoughts here. Of course, there is a cold soup. What is it?
Gazpacho.
Is it gazpacho? Is it no? Cold potato soup is what?
But also gazpacho
Is cold?
tomato soup.
Oh.
You said potato.
Oh,
Is there a cold
there's
potato
a
soup?
cold potato soup.
Oh, I don't know what that one is. I just know of gazpacho because it's fun to say.
Is it vichyssoise?
Oh, maybe. That's another fun one.
I think
What is
so.
it? Why is it when a soup is cold, it has a great name? When it's hot, they're like, tomato soup.
Tomato soup.
Yeah, who cares? But gazpacho. Oh, Dana Dana. Vichyssoise
Vichyssoise.
is what it is. Yeah.
I'll have to check his spelling later to see if he gets points for spelling. But
Maybe.
I don't know. What do you? I still say no. Cereal's not a soup.
No. I don't care about your definition. A hot dog is a hot dog. A sandwich is a sandwich. Cereal is cereal.
But a
soup
hot
is
dog
soup.
is a piece of meat between.
I don't care
bread.
though. I don't care. Hey, do you want a sandwich? If you say to me, "Hey, do you want a sandwich?" and I say, "Yeah, I would love a sandwich, thank you," and you bring me a hot dog, I'm gonna be thrown off. I'm gonna be probably a little disappointed. I like hot dogs. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna not eat the hot dog.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm gonna be prepared for a sandwich.
A sandwich,
and you bring me a hot dog,
like a turkey and cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a cheese and ranch dressing, something like that.
But let's just let things be what they are. You know, let's let a hot dog be a hot dog.
All right.
That's what it is.
All right.
Yeah, if you want a cup of soup and you bring me cinnamon toast crunch, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, I'm not. I was not mentally preparing
That's an excellent point.
for some cereal.
Excellent point. All right.
Let's see here. Gail says cereal is made from grains, so how is that a soup other than the stuff floats in liquid? I think that's basically it. That stuff floats in liquid.
Yeah.
Abby says, hell no, cereal is not a soup. No. Abby says, so is melted ice cream a soup?
Well, she's got a point because
Right?
you need a bowl.
Gail says, yeah, there are cold soups and there are hot cereals. Oh.
That's right. That's right.
By the way, Dana put the correct spelling of vichyssoise.
Oh, props.
Abby says about this fork and spoon for mac and cheese. Abby says a fork, but Audrey uses a spoon. Yeah. You said it's so guaranteed. Like there was one way to eat mac and cheese. I think it's a very balanced debate of both sides.
But I only prefer a spoon with the Kraft macaroni and cheese because it has the small noodles.
What about Velveeta? What are you using?
Velveeta. I think I used a fork.
Okay. And what about like homemade?
Homemade, definitely a fork.
Definitely a fork.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
But
I'm making my mac and cheese tonight.
Let's go.
Should I
That's
try?
what I'm talking about. Trish is mad though.
Yeah.
He keeps scheduling good meals on days when Trish works.
Trish works 2 days a week.
My name's not Trish.
I know. And I make out a menu for the week, and for some reason I plan my mac and cheese, which is, it's a pasta dish with chicken and bacon in it, and
Probably not healthy, but it's good.
so she asked me the other day. She said, "Well, what is the bacon for?" Because we got bacon in the order.
Yeah.
And I said, "I'm making my mac and cheese." And she said, "Oh, great! When? Friday." Damn it.
I had to give them a lesson on communication last night. It's like, guys, when you're making the menu, just talk to each other. You know, hey Trish,
My name's not Trish.
contractually obligated to hit the button. Hey, what I'm planning these meals. How do you want them structured?
I don't know how we ever lasted 41 years without your advice.
I mean, it was probably shaky for the first 20, whatever, but
Maybe.
But for the past 24, I've been holding this thing together for sure. For sure.
It is time for this week's draft, and today we're drafting our favorite the best toys from our childhood.
I don't know this one. Oh, just muted my
Where'd you
mic for
go?
no reason. This one's kind of like a favorite one. I feel like.
Yeah,
a little bit
probably.
of best, but I feel like there's way too many and spanning way too different of times to go for best.
Well, I have one on my list that it's like I never played with, but it was very popular for my age group.
Fair,
So,
yeah.
All right. Anyway, this all came about because yesterday was National Barbie Day. It marked the anniversary of Barbie being introduced at the some international toy fair. So yeah, we decided to draft and I'm interested in hearing what we have because we have two different eras here.
Right.
You know, I played with toys in the late 60s, early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, what was 61 is you?
I was born in 61, but
Okay.
you figure, you know, you don't start really playing with toys till what? Three?
Four. Yeah, three,
Three
four.
or four?
Yeah.
So we're talking, you know,
60s,
1964,
yeah. All right,
65.
all right. Yeah, I'm the 2000s, so let's see.
Now, you mentioned last week that since I keep losing rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, you're just going to go first. We're
okay.
gonna switch off.
We're gonna
gonna
switch off.
From this point forward, we're switching off every week.
Now, see, here's where you talk about favorites versus, you know, what.
Yeah.
All right, I guess the number one toy was one that I didn't play with, but it was so popular to my group. I'll go with Barbie.
Okay.
All right, I'll say Barbie at number one.
That's a fair pick.
All right.
So I'm going to need an official ruling. So Justin in the chat said ball is the best pick possible. And I think he's right.
A ball.
Just a ball.
Yeah, true.
But I didn't put that on my list.
I didn't either.
So, but I love it. I love that as a pick. Am I allowed to cheat? Is that cheating?
What, to take a suggestion from someone else?
Yeah.
I don't think
That's
so.
a great pick.
I don't think so.
I put like specific, like I put like a wiffle ball
on
on the list.
Yeah.
But not just a ball.
Ball just encompasses
Yeah.
it.
And I think that might be the most popular toy of all time.
You mentioned my cousin.
If you take all toys away and just leave me with a ball,
I'll be all right.
I mean, many times has this happened. Doug and I have created a game, or Doug, Cat, and Sarah and I have created a game.
My cousin Pat, who you mentioned before, she's I think she's 89, so she's like the go-to person in the family. But she always tells a story about how with me and my brother, there was always a ball.
Always a ball. Yeah.
There was always some kind of ball in the trunk of the car.
I'm gonna do it, Justin. I'll
All
give you 50% credit. Actually, I mean, I really should give him like 100% credit, but we're gonna co-pick this one. We're gonna go with ball.
All right. My number two pick would be G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I did. So I did have that on my list.
Oh, did you? Yeah, because that was still around.
But it's also a toy that was so popular that it started really old. And if you look at the old G.I. Joes, they're ugly as hell and creepy looking and made out of like probably toxic plastic or something.
The G.I. Joes that I had, they did not have like a fuzzy beard.
Yeah.
They just painted his face.
Painted
his face brown.
So, but they were still making them like when I was growing up. So the funny thing is, Trish was cleaning out the attic like, I don't know, months ago. Doug was here and she was like, you two need to go through your G.I. Joes and split them. So we did. We went upstairs and it was like reliving memory lane. He was like, all right, this one was yours. I pulled out like a super old one. I was like, this is yours, Doug. I was like, I don't want that. Anyways, G.I. Joe, good pick. I'm going to go second pick. I'm going to go Legos.
Legos, yes. And they were
a lot
around.
of great memories with Legos, man.
They were around in the 60s, but they didn't have all these, like Lego Star Wars. They didn't have all these packages.
No, but that's what I loved about like playing with Legos as a kid, because I mean, Doug had Legos and then I obviously got them and they were just big tubs and like there was no map on what you were to make.
Right.
There was no sets. It
Remember
was
that?
Make things out of scratch.
Remember that sheet we used to have?
Yes,
You could put it down on the floor.
I don't know where those are. I don't know if we have those or Doug has those.
Yeah.
But man, Legos. So good.
By the way, put down your favorite toys in the chat.
Yes.
And if we don't get to it right now, we'll bring it up in the post show.
Yep.
All right, I'm at number three. I'm going to go, it was one of my big favorites, Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Ah, okay. So that is what makes that's totally fine pick. But that's what made it tough too, is like board games are big too. But I decided to like kind of leave board games off. But I feel like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, like,
You think it was a
I think it's the bridge between the two. I think it's like kind of a board game, but more a toy. So I think that's a good pick.
All right.
I think that's a good pick. I'm gonna go with my third pick, and I'm gonna need other opinions on whether I feel like these can be grouped together.
Okay.
Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels. I just grouped them together as one pick.
I have them listed separately.
Do you?
Well, just because, but I hear you. I know what
So
you're
what's
saying.
the opinion? Should we include them as one?
Can we have a quick ruling on this?
Because I looked it up and like the difference was, I guess Matchbox cars they're owned by the same brand.
They're Mattel, right?
But I guess Matchbox cars were more like realistic looking cars.
Yes.
Where Hot Wheels were more extreme
race
designs.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna group them together.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
All right. You also took one of my top five.
I mean, that's
Hot Wheels
kind of the point.
What am I at, number 4?
Yes.
I had more fun with this when my daughters had one, but it was out in the 60s. The Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah.
All right.
Making stuff that tastes like plastic.
I don't think it tasted that bad.
No, it tasted pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. That was like, they were kind of like aged out, I feel, when not aged out, but like I think Kat stopped playing with it like as I started getting to the age.
Right.
So I only have like small memories of the Easy Bake Oven.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Amazing that thing worked with just a light bulb.
Right.
You know?
All right, let's see. Pick number 4. So many good ones on the board. But this is when the tough choices come in, where like toys you used to play with as opposed to like popular stuff.
Right.
So I think I'll stick with popular stuff. I'm going to go Play-Doh.
Play-Doh, cool. Yeah, I got you. See, my last pick, right?
This is, honestly, we could pick like a top 10 of this.
Yeah, I still have plenty left on my list.
Same. I prepared 15, and ball wasn't even one of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Nerf, just because Nerf guns, Nerf balls. I had like a Nerf basketball.
Okay.
So,
yeah. I don't know.
You don't know about that?
How many guns in the ball? Very different.
True.
But I didn't put Nerf ball on my list. I just put Nerf guns.
Okay.
What do you think? Just Nerf? We just allow him Nerf?
I had a Nerf football. I remember that. I used to play a lot with that. So
I think a ball and gun is a little far off. I don't know.
True.
I'll tell you what. I'm not going to pick Nerf guns. I was thinking about it, but
all right, I'll go Nerf guns. If you want to be specific.
I'll just give you Nerf.
You give me Nerf?
Abby said Nerf or nothing, because that is their slogan. So
okay.
We'll honor their slogan. You get Nerf.
All right, so that's my 5.
This is tough.
Yep.
I mean, now that there's no other picks, I can list all the ones I have left. Actually, I'm going to wait. I'm going to decide first.
Yeah, because I don't want to give you any ideas.
So many picks. So many picks left. I'm not going to pick this one, but I do want to bring it up because this was conflicting for me.
What?
Like, I put the Xbox 360 on here, but I feel the video game should kind of be left off.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole different
Yeah.
genre. So
It's tough though, because I mean the Xbox 360 was a big toy that I spent a lot of time playing.
Right.
So I don't know.
There was also PlayStation.
Right. For you it'd be like the
Atari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if you would include that on your list.
I never had one.
So that's just an honorable mention. I'm not gonna go the Xbox.
All right.
But there's so many left, man.
I got, like you said, I think I did like 15.
I genuinely don't know what to pick with this last pick.
You must buckle down and choose.
Yeah. I'm gonna go just what I spent a lot of time. I just remember having like totes filled at one point.
Totes
of wrestling action figures.
All right, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went through a big phase wrestling
Good.
action figure. Had the ring. I had the Money in the Bank set up.
We went to a show, didn't we? In Providence?
Yeah, we went to one. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
And as the driver, I kind of enjoyed it too. It wasn't just sitting there while my son enjoyed his stuff. So.
No, it was fun. It was a fun thing to go to.
All right, honorable mentions. Yeah. I've got Light Bright, the game Light Bright.
Never played with
making things with light.
Before my time.
I did have Matchbox Cars and Hot Wheels. Spirograph.
Before my time.
Stretch Armstrong. He was made of rubber. So
yeah, still before my time.
Hungry Hippos. Which came out in the 60s or 70s.
I don't remember playing that as a kid, though. I only have memories of playing them like last year with Liam.
Liam has Hungry Hippos, yeah. Monopoly, but then again,
board games. It's tough,
games,
yeah. Because I could make 15 board games right now.
Etch-a-Sketch,
which was always like so. Did anyone ever create anything like worthwhile on an Etch-a-Sketch?
You see guys on commercials do the Mona Lisa with an etch.
I mean, you still see it. Like these artists do these crazy things. They get like shading going. I'm like, how do you shade on an Etch-a-Sketch? They're crazy.
Did you say Silly Putty?
No.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Silly Putty.
Yeah.
The Viewmaster. Do you even know what that is?
Nope.
It was a little thing that kind of looked like on the idea of binoculars, but you would put this disc.
Oh no! Yeah, I know what that is. I didn't know that's what it was called.
Viewmaster.
Yeah, and you would press the little lever and it would spin.
And the only other one I had on my list was Twister, which again is a game,
a board game.
Board game. Yeah.
So I have this. I was debating this for my 5th pick, the yo-yo.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I love a good yo-yo.
You do,
I can't do any tricks or anything, but I love a good yo-yo. I did have wiffle ball. I mentioned that. I had the Tonka truck on my list.
Yes.
The Razor scooter, which I feel like everyone went through a Razor scooter phase.
Razor scooter stage.
This was one I never played with, but I know how popular it was. Beanie Babies.
Yes.
Yeah, that was never my thing. That was what, Sarah and Doug, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 12, this was my generation, the Bop It. You remember the Bop It?
Yes, we had the Bop It.
Twist It.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, the Xbox I mentioned. This is my generation. Do you remember the Webkins phase? Webkins. The stuffed animals that you could... What a revolutionary idea. I was thinking about this. I guess this is what you do when you're an adult. You can't play with the toys, so you just think about how great of an idea it was.
Right.
A stuffed animal that comes with a code that you can play an online game with. How genius is that?
I know. Making you do things.
How are they not still popular? I did look it up while I was making a list. I guess there's it's still a thing, I guess.
Okay.
Not as big though. But what a revolutionary idea. That's crazy.
Super.
Webkins. Anyway, and last but not least, I had silly bands on my list.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, remember that stupid phase?
I had a few of those.
That was terrible.
All right, so this is going to be interesting. Which list you vote for will kind of show your age, I think.
Probably.
So,
although, I don't think my list is super young, I would say.
Yeah, I can relate to most
of it. Wrestling action figures is the newest thing, but like even then, that stretches back to the beginning of wrestling.
You're right.
All right, let's see.
So what do you got?
Your list, you got Barbie, G.I. Joe. 2 strong picks, I do have to say. Hats off to you. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Easy Bake Oven, and just Nerf, including guns and Nerf balls.
Yep. Which you're right.
Controversial.
It's strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My list, I have The Ball.
Yep.
Shout out to Justin. Legos, Matchbox / Hot Wheels cars, Play-Doh, and wrestling action figures.
I could go with either one of those.
I think we both win.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. All right.
That's my opinion.
Let us know who you think had the better draft, all right? Foodie Friday is coming up in just a moment, but first, if the Girl Scout next door to you is hawking cookies, you might not find your favorite this year. Relax. It's not Thin Mints I'm talking about. There's a nationwide shortage of my favorite, Samoas.
Yeah, the worst cookie.
It's the second most popular of the Girl Scout cookies.
I don't understand you people.
Little Brownie Bakers LLC, which is the company that makes Girl Scout cookies, is facing still, which I can't believe, supply chain issues. I can't believe we still have this. They're facing supply chain issues and a labor shortage. So if you've already snagged a box of Samoas, consider yourself lucky. I would like to try this one, but I understand it's also, I guess, sold out on their website. Raspberry Rally is one of the new flavors.
Interesting. I would try it.
It's described as a chocolate raspberry Thin Mint.
Wow. I would try it. That sounds good.
Evidently, from what I read, it was only available online. And are there any parents of Girl Scouts or grandparents of Girl Scouts that know differently? And it's really hard to get. So
Samoas are the coconut ones, right?
Yes.
Is it not? Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't like coconut. If you bake a cake and top it with coconut, I don't like it. But I love those cookies.
So I've always been super open and honest on the show. I have not tried them since I was a child. So this could be one of those things where I'm just basing this off. But I just hated them so much. I thought they were so gross. Texture-wise, I think they're gross. You got the coconut shavings. It's gross. Yeah. And then just coconut. I just no.
Fruity Friday idea.
To rank it over Thin Mints and peanut butter patties. Is that what it is?
Peanut butter. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Those are my favorite, by the way.
Okay. Now, is that the one that it's chocolate covered?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a cookie, peanut butter, and then covered in chocolate. I mean, I don't really understand how you could ask for anything else. Like, that's literally the staples of deliciousness.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But anyways, you coconut people are...
If I can find these cookies, we'll do it.
Maybe,
all right?
Maybe.
It is Foodie Friday time. We talked about this when it first came out, and neither one of us really wanted to try this. Oh, but the things we do for you. Time once again for Foodie Friday, where today we're trying Peeps Pepsi.
I don't want to do this.
I think it was Gary who said you guys really should try this. So
I don't like Peeps. I mean, I like Pepsi. I'm more of a Coke guy, but I like Pepsi.
Yeah.
Pepsi's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like Peeps to begin with. You do.
Yeah, I'm okay. Did I tell the story before about how my mom used to buy Peeps for me?
No, I don't know.
All right.
Maybe? I
Well,
don't know.
we used to joke on the radio, hey, the Peeps are available. And we used to do things like one time we cooked a Peep in a microwave.
Oh.
They blew up big.
I feel like I could have told you that. Yeah.
Well, we did it because,
Of course.
we had to. Anyway, we would always talk about Peeps on the show. And my mom, I guess, used to take that and think I loved them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with them, but it's not, it was more of, I did it for a laugh, you know?
But for every year, like, as far as I remember, there's always been Peeps in the house. And no one really eats them.
Nana would show up with the Peeps for
Like,
me.
you
and-
might eat a couple. Never have
Yeah.
you, like, cleaned out a package
Oh,
of
no.
Peeps.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just like the sugary outside, it just tastes like, I don't know, cheap and, I don't know, it's just not a good marshmallow.
And I had a friend who only liked stale Peeps. She would,
don't know
poke
that.
a hole in the package so that the air could get to the Peep, so that the outside would be crusty.
Crusty, yeah. You could have given me, like, a fresh Peep, and it would still kind of taste stale, so I can't even imagine, like, what a stale Peep tastes
So,
like.
a funny story about this. I had been looking, I think I mentioned on the show a while back. I can't find it.
You've been looking for a while.
I was looking all over the place. I found it on Amazon, but it was like $23 or something like that. And
Budget committee Trish. No. She was like, no way.
You're not getting that. So I happened to be out one day, and I was in, I think, Stop and Shop, and I saw a case of the, how many are there? 10?
10, yeah.
A 10-pack of these minis. So anyway, I bought it because I hadn't seen it anywhere else. And wouldn't you know, like 4 days later, my daughter Kat called me, and she said, they've got the Peeps Pepsi everywhere. Do you still need it?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I bought some. And I told her, I said, I ended up getting a 10-pack. She said, they have I could have bought you an individual bottle that we could have shared.
Right.
So instead, we've got 10 of these.
So we're just going to be giving them out to family members.
Yes,
Basically,
yes.
anyone who shows up. Yeah, we're just going to send you home with a can of Peeps Pepsi.
Drive down the avenue, toss them out, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
So you're not really looking forward to this one, huh?
I don't want to do this.
All right.
Let's crack open a couple brews with the bros.
All right.
Be very careful with the cheers. Right up to the top.
Yeah, it is full. So
I mean, I gotta say, it's nice looking with the can, the Easter vibes. I enjoy the appearance.
Okay.
It's different. A yellow can of Pepsi. That's cool.
that's
I
different.
like it.
I did see a TikTok from a lady trying it, and, kind of like what we're doing, and she said it was surprisingly not bad. So
I'm not
If
gonna
that
trust
helps
her.
you?
All right, sniff test.
All right,
sniff.
here we go.
No, sniff test.
Pepsi. You
A
notice?
little bit of a weird scent. Maybe a little. The Pepsi takes over, but
Right.
I feel like it's slightly different than real Pepsi. All
All
right.
right. Bottoms up. Here we go.
Oh, nah, I get it. Okay.
You gonna take another? I'm surprised.
Okay. There it is. Yeah. It's always the aftertaste that kind of gets me.
Very sweet aftertaste.
The initial taste is vanilla Coke is what it tastes like.
Bingo. You're right.
Which is good. Vanilla Coke is good.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, to some people. I know some people that hate that stuff.
I'm not a big fan, but I don't hate it.
Doug used to always drink it a lot. My brother Doug, his other son, he would drink vanilla Coke a lot. So I remember trying it, and it was pretty good. It wasn't like my favorite soda, but I always thought it was kind of good. But then you get the aftertaste of like, I don't know, like the
Are you honestly getting
sugariness.
Are you honestly getting a Peeps taste?
So if this was like a blind, if you were like, hey, taste this Pepsi and tell me what it tastes like. I don't think I could identify the Peeps, but knowing it's Peeps Pepsi,
Okay.
I get what they're going for. I can see it.
I agree.
I got to applaud Pepsi because if they went full in on the Peeps taste, I think it would be disgusting. I think they did just enough to make it like actually drinkable.
All right.
I don't hate it as much as I thought I would.
Oh, really?
I'll agree with TikTok Sally or whatever her name is.
Whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Well, would you say surprisingly good?
Surprisingly better than I thought.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'd say good. I think I could drink this whole can.
Since it's a mini.
If it's a bottle, I don't know. If I'm given a choice of beverages, I'm not choosing this one. I would encourage people to try it. It's definitely not what I expected. Vanilla Coke is what is genuinely what I think it tastes like the most.
All right, it is time for us to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best.
Scoring is tough. People don't realize the stress of this job.
I know.
They really never give us credit.
Realize what we go through to put this on.
That's what I'm trying to say. I need another sip.
Yeah.
There is just like a twinkle of an unpleasant Peeps taste.
Would I have this again? Probably not.
No,
No.
I don't think so.
If somebody said, "You want that?" No, I've tried it. I'm good.
You want to go first? Let me lock in my score in my head first. See, I have a score. Yeah, no, I'm good.
I was going to say 3, but then I'm like, well, maybe 4. But I'm going to stay with my 3.
You're a good man, Peter. I was thinking 3 as well.
Were you?
Yeah, I was thinking. I was the same way. I was thinking like 3.5 maybe, because it's not horrendous, but I genuinely don't think, like, if this is in a lineup of drinks, I don't think there's many drinks I would put below this one. It's not that great.
I would say try it if you have a chance.
You'll be surprised. It's not. It doesn't make me want to throw up. Like, it's not gross.
Yeah.
You heard me before I pressed record. That's what I genuinely thought it was going to be that gross.
It was.
I was like, I really don't want to do this, man.
Okay, so there you go. 2 3s for Peeps Pepsi.
But we tried it. We did it.
Yeah, we did.
Happy Easter.
Thank God I found it. Yeah. So if you have an idea for something we can try, whether it's a new product, a new local restaurant or something, let us know. We just might feature it on a future edition of Foodie Friday. So we've got 6 cans left if anybody's interested. Did
Trish end up bringing them to work?
I didn't look this morning.
Yeah, we got to know, because Abby did say we could leave them for Logan, her son. He might like them.
Okay. So. We did leave 2 here. We taped the show at Kat's house, so we did leave 2 here. Kat hated it. Josh thought it tasted like cherry vanilla Pepsi.
Yeah.
Evidently,
which I can see.
He
that
likes
makes sense.
that. So, yeah.
Really, vanilla Coke is if you like vanilla Coke, you'd be okay with this, I think.
Trish had no desire to try it.
No.
I think Sarah said hell no when I first talked about it.
Just said, hand them out of Mikey B's to the Hunter Honeys. I think I might lose some fans that day.
So last night, Trish did say, "Do you want me to take them to work? I'll just the vultures will."
She was like, "The guys will drink them." Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if she took them today. We'll see.
I think Dana had to go to work.
Yes.
I think I saw in the chat.
Yep.
But Dana, if you watch this later, there should be some around. So
we'll see. Yeah.
Check it
unless she forgot them, I'm not sure. We'll know when we go home.
It is time for our game of the week, and this week we're playing the secret sound game. He's got 3 different sounds, and the first 2 you guess first. The last one I get to go first. All right, what do we got?
Let's see.
All right.
I don't know. It's a tough week because it could be really easy ones, but I'm not sure. You guys are so good. You guys are so good sometimes.
Yeah.
But we'll see. This first one, I'm looking for a specific answer.
Okay. Specific answer.
Let's see. Here we go. Everybody listen up.
Can I hear it again? I have a guess.
Okay.
But
let's see if everybody else. By the way,
in the chat,
this was our closest draft, I think, to date.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Right. I mean, right now, you won. You're sitting at 57%. I'm sitting at 42%. We'll see what TikTok says.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think it was Gail. I think that said it was a tie. But Abby did say something. As a girl, I relate more to Peter's list. She says.
Oh,
and I think that's true. I think you played the crowd. I think you did a good job,
Barbie.
I think you're learning.
I think
you're growing so much when it comes to the draft.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. It's going to be interesting to see what TikTok says and what Facebook says. Don't you think? Because TikTok's younger than Facebook.
Right.
All
right. Let's see. We have some answers.
All right.
This was the sound. Abby got it right off the bat. A microwave button.
That was my guess.
That's correct.
Yes. All right. Way to go, Abby.
Justin says microwave. Abby said the number 7 on the microwave. I don't think there's different tones for the different buttons, Abby. I think they're all the same on a microwave.
I don't know about that.
We'll have to check, but
right after the show downstairs.
I think in my experience, microwave buttons are all the same.
Okay.
That's just me. That's just me. Abby did say an oven button. Good answer, but no, it is the microwave. I don't know. It's just such an iconic beep, the microwave.
It is.
All right, anyway, sound number 2. Here it is. And again, I'm going to need a specific answer. Because right off the bat, you think something.
Yeah.
But I'm going to need a specific answer here. I'll play one more time.
Now you threw me off with the specific part. Because you're right. I mean, you do get a guess as to, well, that's this, but... What?
Nay said a deuce. No.
Dropping.
I mean, you gotta think for a second. Is this something Matt would put as a sound
on the show? Yeah.
No. No. That one. No. I wouldn't. Justice said, okay, apparently everybody's on the same wavelength here. Justice said and I've never heard it said like this.
What's that?
Mud monkey right into the porcelain.
Hello.
Says. Not it.
Yeah.
You guys are sick people. Granted, I was looking specifically for this sound, so I know what it is, but...
Hey, points for creativity, I think.
But I don't think if I... Maybe if I didn't know what it was, I'd be guessing this. So... I will say it has nothing to do with the toilet, guys, and what goes on there.
That's not the first thing that came to mind for me.
Good.
Yeah,
you're
I can be proud of that.
Yeah. Gail said a raindrop. Incorrect. Okay. Incorrect. Ice cubes into a drink. Good guess. No, not it. A more appropriate guess here. A dripping faucet into a bath. No. Ice cube into water. Rock into water. I'm gonna have to say no, but Justin is very close. I can't take just a rock into water.
My guess was skipping a rock on the water.
Peter! Yes!
All right.
Yeah, specifically, it's the two... You know, I wanted, when I looked, because I had this sound in my mind.
I used to always aim for 4.
I wanted more skips, but I couldn't find a good sound with more skips, so I had to settle for 2. But you can hear, you know, skips and then the dunk.
Yeah. Best thing, find yourself a flat rock, right?
Yep, there it is. It's skipping rocks is what it was. Final sound... do you want to go first on this one? I mean, you just got that one right. So.
Okay, no, we can.
Right.
We can.
This is for everyone.
For everybody. Okay. Oh wow, that went longer than I thought.
It's actually longer, and I think the longer it goes, it gives it away. So I cut it a little bit short here. I'll play one more time.
Yeah. Yep. I have a guess.
Justice said spurs on the boot. No, very specific guess. But not it. Nay says my landlord. I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
You're leaning towards...
Abby says poker chips in the hand. No. I mean, it could be. I'm looking for the specific action, though, if I can get that. Manager walking from another aisle. What?
No.
I got to listen to this. I think I get why you... Yeah. Opening lock. Yes.
That was it. Taking a key out, right?
Yeah. I think they're actually trying multiple keys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you take your key. Where's the key?
Yeah, just said fumbling keys. Yeah. I thought of keys, but keys would be too easy, so I wanted specifically to unlock the lock.
Okay.
So that's where that came from. One final listen. There it is. The key going in is where it gets it from me. Anyways, that's the secret sound game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you. Thank you for the guesses.
It was very good. Yes. Time for today's random question, and our question is: what ingredient ruins a sandwich for you?
Go ahead. Everyone's gonna be like ranch dressing, ranch and cheese. Sure.
I should put this online later. Should put it on last night. Sorry about that. What ingredient ruins a sandwich for you? For me, I've got 2 answers.
Okay.
All right. Number 1. Mustard. Hate mustard.
I like mustard on a sandwich.
Yeah.
And again, I'll say it again. Mustard is it just tastes like it went bad, but for some reason it's good.
Which I think is a good
it's like a sour taste. It's like very sour, like very no taste, but it's good in certain situations.
I seem to remember, I don't know when this happened, but I seem to remember at some point I was in a situation where the only option for food was like ham and cheese with mustard.
Why was that the only option?
I don't know, but I ended up eating it, and I don't like it.
Wow.
So I ended up eating it, and I'm like...
Such a strong man you are.
The other thing that ruins a sandwich for me is, and I know... am I alone on this? Pickles.
No, you're not alone. I agree with you. But I'm weird in the fact where when I order a chicken sandwich, it comes with pickles.
Right.
Pretty much wherever you go.
Yep.
It's very easy to say no pickles. I like the pickles on the sandwich, but I take them off before I eat it.
You just like the taste.
I like I like the pickles to sit there for a minute. I like their presence to be known, but I don't want to. I don't want to bite into one.
Right.
Yeah. I like the slight pickle juice you get on the sandwich, but I don't like the actual
You're the
pickles.
same way with onions. When I cook a dish that has onions in it, aren't you? It's like you
Yes
like
and no.
the taste, but you
But I'm kind of a grown up now where like I'll eat them. Mm-hmm. If they're like mixed in well, I'll eat them. I don't really care. But if they're like, I don't know, if there was like big onions, I won't eat them specifically. Right. Yeah.
I know when I order a burger at a fast food place that they come with pickles, right? You know, and like you said, you could say no pickles, please.
Right.
But that seems to take so much longer when you have a specific request.
So in my experience too, I just don't risk anything getting messed up. So for the longest time, I ate a plain cheeseburger.
Right.
So my interpretation was always a burger with cheese. That's it. But the amount of different combinations I would get, sometimes I would get like everything but cheese. And I was like, how does that make sense?
He ordered a cheeseburger.
One time they gave me just cheese. Just bread and a slice of cheese.
No burger.
I was like, I ordered a plain burger. Like,
Yeah.
the most common is you'd get a burger with no cheese, no nothing.
cheese.
Just
Yeah.
a burger and a bun. That was the most common.
But one time he did get just cheese,
Just
no
cheese.
burger.
I was like, that's really what, like I ordered a plain burger. I still said burger.
Yeah, I didn't say grilled cheese.
Actually, I always said plain cheeseburger. So you would think that you would still get cheese and a burger, but it
no
always
mustard
get messed
and
up.
ketchup. Yeah.
But so finally, I started just ordering the burger, and I would scrape off the pickles and the onions, and I enjoy it because you still get the ketchup and the mustard. So that's how I eat takeout burgers nowadays.
All right.
I just order it the right way and do the work myself.
Anybody else? What rules?
We got a long list here.
Yeah.
I'll say my other one first. Tomatoes for me. I'm not a big tomato.
Oh, right. Yes.
I'm not a big like tomato sliced tomato kind of guy.
Right.
If there's tomatoes in a casserole or something, and it's like diced
tomatoes. You're okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't like a big old sliced tomato on my sandwich. But let's see. We got a lot of answers. Abby says mustard, like you. Justice says marzipan. What is marzipan?
I'd have to look it up.
Because I've heard of it, but I have no idea what it is.
Right.
Gail says ketchup. Who's putting ketchup on a sandwich, though? Is that a thing? I'm trying to think of a sandwich I would put. The only thing would possibly be like a chicken sandwich, but I'm thinking like a deli meat sandwich is how we're viewing this.
Maybe bologna, because it kind of tastes like a hot dog.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
Mary Lou says mayonnaise. Yeah, that's a common one, but I do enjoy mayonnaise.
I do.
Yeah. Only on sandwiches, though. Like, I don't... Is there other... Actually, no, it's still a sandwich. I was going to say like chicken salad, tuna. That you put mayonnaise in.
Right,
but,
right.
But yeah, I know a lot of people that don't like mayonnaise. Nate says avocado or olives. I like black olives like just by themselves.
Yeah.
Or like in a salad or something. But like I wouldn't put it on anything.
Avocado, I've grown to like avocado.
I think I've had enough to have a true opinion on it. I'm just not a big fanboy of avocado. Like I know a lot of people. A lot of people would die for an avocado.
Oh, yeah.
Like they would literally put their life before or after an avocado. Does that make sense? Either way.
I think so. Marzipan, by the way, is a confection consisting primarily of sugar, honey, and almond meal.
It sounds gross.
Okay.
Sounds gross.
Not a fan.
So I'm going to have to agree with Justin. Having never had it, I'm just going to agree with Justin. Abby says wilted lettuce.
True.
So what is that? Like brown lettuce? Like older lettuce?
Yeah.
That's like the McChicken sandwich at McDonald's. Every now and then you'll get some bad lettuce.
Wilted lettuce.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross.
Good.
Justin said pickles on the chicken sandwich, and he put like the drooling emoji. So he enjoys pickles on a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I take them off. I don't know. Maybe it's another texture thing. I don't know. Anyways, that's the list. Good answers.
I read a story yesterday about how I was waiting for the dentist. So I read a story yesterday about how McDonald's is a guilty pleasure now for a lot of adults. They enjoy going to, it's nothing better than having a good quarter pounder with cheese or something, but they won't admit to it. They're like,
I'll admit to it.
I don't have a problem either, but evidently a lot of people are like, oh, I don't go there anymore. But they do, and they love it.
Such a weird thing people will like lie about or keep hidden because they think people care. Like, I don't, if someone was like, hey, I went to McDonald's last night, like, why would anyone look at you differently? What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The whole fast food.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Justin said, just a pleasure for me. Yeah. McDonald's is just good.
Yeah.
So, I will say it's a struggle though. I think there's I don't know what they do at McDonald's. I think it's just the greasiness of it. But like once you go there, there's always just a craving again.
To go back.
Yeah.
That's right.
So like I won't go for a while for just nothing against it. I just won't go for a while. Mm-hmm. But then once I go, I'm like, man, like a couple days later, I'm like craving a quarter pounder.
Brings back memories, maybe. Yeah.
So good.
Time for Feel Good Friday. By the way, if you have a story about something going on in your own life that you'd like to celebrate, tell everyone about, you can call our voicemail number, which is 774-473-9910. Our story this week comes from the Philadelphia Inquirer. In Philadelphia, Charles Rowe was on an operating table waiting for a liver transplant that would save his life from complications due to hepatitis C. His surgeon, Adam Bodson, was also there, of course. There was just one problem. The liver was not there. So you got the guy who needs a liver, you got the surgeon who's going to insert the liver, and there's no liver. The man in charge of delivering the liver was stuck in traffic because there was a marathon going on in the city. Adam realized this was a life or death situation, the doctor, the surgeon. So he put on his running shoes and he ran through the race route and thousands of other runners to meet the driver and get the liver. Adam found the driver, took possession of the liver, and then ran back to the hospital. At one point, he was finally able to hitch a ride with the police to get back to the hospital, which was on the other side of the marathon route. Thanks to Adam's quick thinking, the hospital team was able to transplant the liver successfully. And most importantly, Charles made a full recovery and left the hospital a few days later.
That is so crazy, and it inspires me to get in better running shape because I'm just thinking if I was the surgeon and I had to run to get that liver, there is a 0% chance I will be physically capable to then insert that liver into the body.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back and be lying on the floor, probably crying. Like, he must have been in killer shape.
He must have been, yeah.
To come back from that run and have a steady hand? No.
True.
I'd be like, give me a minute. Can someone give me some McDonald's, please?
I need some electrolytes.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's an awesome story, though.
One more before we wrap up.
Justin is writing the movie script for that. And genius. This is genius. Justin, why would you put it here? Because you got to sell that. He goes, the title, Running Out of Time.
Oh, I love it.
Come on. That's golden.
Go for it.
Sell that to somebody.
One more story before we go. The Calgary Flames and the Arizona Coyotes of the NHL made history recently by trading two brothers, Brett and Nick Ritchie. It was the NHL's first brother-for-brother trade in history, with the Flames getting Nick and the Coyotes getting Brett. They moved teams. That's a thing that happened. But you do have to wonder, couldn't they just swap houses?
Yeah. And I didn't think of that until I read what you put. That makes a lot of sense.
You got one guy who's in Calgary, Canada. The other guy's in Arizona, probably Phoenix, right?
Right.
So it's like, hey, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow hockey, so I don't know talent-wise how simple. Like, I don't know. So I don't know what their pay's looking like. But if they can afford the more, can you just swap that?
Why not? Right?
Quick change of title. I don't know how real estate works, but that's funny though.
That's weird.
That's really cool. I mean, it's great too because you can inform each other on the hey, this is the best burger joint.
Right,
by the way.
right.
And hey, if like late night you need groceries, this is the one that's open.
Place to go to.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Swap jerseys too if they're the same size.
Same last name, right? Yeah.
That'll do it for today. Stand by for the post show coming up next, where we can catch up on some chats and just hang out for a bit. If you do have to go, we leave you with a thought for the day, and our thought today is: a river cuts through a rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. All right, keep going. We'll be right back with the post show. We're back. So Nay says, I am a Coyotes fan. They are switching houses, but not fiancés, they said.
That's a good thing to clarify.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be frowned upon, I think, for all parties involved. That'd be weird.
I think so.
Oh, that's fine. So. By the way, Abby said if I had to, we're talking about the feel-good story about the liver. She said if I had to run, we'd both be dead. Yeah, honestly, probably same. Justin said, doesn't the organ have to be refrigerated? It's normally in a cooler, I think.
Abby also said, I'm hoping he didn't bruise the liver while sprinting a marathon with a liver in a cooler.
Yeah, right? I don't know how it's packaged, but I could just, it's like sloshing around. People are like, that guy is such an alcoholic. He's got to carry a cooler with beer while running. Like, what? Little do they know what's inside. Crazy. Let's get back to the toys. A lot of people were putting their input about their childhood toys.
Yes.
Let's see. Where does it all start? Justin with the ball pick is just genius.
Yeah, it was.
Abby said, and Matt still plays with toys. I mean, don't we all? They just change, right? I mean, all these electronics, these are my toys.
These are toys.
These are my toys.
Yep.
They just get vastly more expensive, I think is what it is. Dana says, he who dies with the most toys wins.
Yes.
Let's see. What's up?
What is it? I used to talk about the evolution of the man. It's like you go from when your mother would take you to a discount store. As a child, you go to the toy department. Then as a teen, you go to the electronics department. Then once you get married, you go to the hardware department.
Okay.
It's like, our toys just change.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably stick to the electronics department until the day I die.
Yeah, probably.
Most likely.
Probably.
Although I'll probably get to a point where I'm looking at like towels.
There will be a time.
I do enjoy a good towel.
You do.
So
You do.
I have grown up in that aspect. I bought a frying pan once. So like,
and it's a very nice frying pan. It really is.
It's getting aged. It's getting aged a bit.
Well, they
get that
way.
I'm getting its use out of it.
It's getting seasoned.
Seasoned.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not like a cast iron skillet though.
No.
Those things. Those will survive long past us humans for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's nonstick in case anybody's wondering. So, yeah. Let's see. Abby says, my mom always says they would get kicked outside with nothing but a pinky ball and they had fun for hours. Yeah. My memories of like just having a ball is the Disney vacations at night. We had, because there would always be a garage or something.
Right.
And
we used to rent a house.
Yeah.
When we went to Disney.
There was like 75 of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there would be an empty garage, and we would buy like a styrofoam ball from Disney and just play like Spud or something for hours.
Yeah.
We never even went to Disney World. We just got a ball and just rented the house, and that was the trip.
We never had Spud when I was a kid. I never learned
Good
Spud.
game. Lethal, though.
Oh, it can be.
Lethal, though, yeah.
Yes.
When you got to run across and everybody just whips it at you. That's when you're hoping it's a foam ball and not like... A tennis ball hurts when thrown at an efficient speed.
Does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Nay says, I was Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters. I was never really... Doug was Ninja Turtles for sure.
Yeah,
I don't think any of us were really Ghostbusters.
There was a time where we wouldn't let either Sarah or Doug watch Ninja Turtles because they would act it out and try to climb the curtains, so.
Just trying to have some fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Let's see. And he says, I always felt like I was breaking a rule putting Matchbox on Hot Wheels tracks.
Yeah, that did seem weird.
It's funny, when I came along, it was just we just had like boxes of cars.
Right.
So I never really knew the difference.
And you know how he mentioned before how Trish brought down the G.I. Joes and told them to choose? She did the same thing with the Matchbox and Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
So they're going through all these cars and they're like, whose car is this? I'm like, it's mine.
Yeah. What's this old piece of shit? Dad, take it. I don't want it. It's probably worth like $1 million.
Probably.
Gail says, my childhood must have been a really long time ago. My picks are cardboard and tape. She says her favorite, jacks and ball, building blocks, jump rope, slinky. Hey, cardboard boxes, that ain't just your time. I loved cardboard boxes, and Liam loves cardboard boxes. So.
Cardboard boxes, correct me if I'm wrong, it's in the Toy Hall of Fame.
It should be. If it's not, it should be, but I think it is. I think you're right.
Yeah.
The endless possibilities of a cardboard box. There was a picture in my scrapbook of me asleep in a cardboard box in the middle of the living room.
Yeah.
Granted, my scrapbook is just pictures of me asleep everywhere.
He was so cute.
I just slept a lot. Maybe that's why I'm not a morning person now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I just love
Never
me,
have been,
love me
never
some
will be.
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacks and ball. I never played jacks.
It was weird. I couldn't
Because you bounce the ball and try and pick up jacks and
as
catch
many
the ball.
jacks, right?
Yeah. Interesting concept. Sounds fun. Maybe we should play jacks.
Another game,
a throwback game segment.
Never game I never understood was playing marbles. Like, what were you?
Yeah. For me, like marbles were always like what were those, like marble runs or tracks? Like you would just try and race the marbles,
right?
Really, or like the vacuum hose and marbles was always
that was popular.
Hours of fun. But yeah, I never played it legit. But you got the circle and you're trying to knock him out with the big marble.
Yeah,
right. That just sounds.
Wasn't there?
But no, you flick it, right? I don't know. It just sounds painful
with your thumb. Wasn't one of them called an Aggie? Was that the big one? I don't know.
No idea what you're talking about. Building blocks again. That's that could have been a good pick.
Yep,
that's a missed opportunity there. Honestly,
it is.
Building blocks.
It was not on either list.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Abby said Nerf or nothing. The Nerf swords were cool, says Nay. I don't think we ever had the Nerf swords.
No,
we had many Nerf guns though.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. The
Which
collection,
your mother,
the collection that was given away.
Yeah, your mother gave it away without asking him.
I had a fully automatic Nerf gun. So much fun. Doug and I remember some full, and I'm not even talking when we were kids. Like Doug was probably like 17, and I don't know I forget what our age difference is, but like we were like old enough where we probably shouldn't have been taking it this seriously. But like full-on living room Nerf battles.
I think you guys are 5 years apart.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Mm-hmm. It was pretty intense.
So we had this. Trish decided to clean out the attic, and we had this like hamper full of Nerf guns.
Yeah, we had a lot. We had a big collection,
and she gave them to the boy next door.
Yeah, I wonder if they still have them. Because he's getting to the age now where he probably doesn't play with it. So like, can I get him back?
Get him back.
Yeah. She watches the show, the mom. So
she'll let us
Marlo,
know.
Do you still have the Nerf guns? Let me know. Trish does not want those back in the house. I'm not even gonna tell her. They're just gonna. Although she also listens to the show later on sometimes, so hopefully she doesn't hear this. But I'm just gonna hide them somewhere.
It'll be like 3 days from now, or maybe 2 days from now. There'll be a knock on the door, and it'll be
the Nerf guns.
Maybe it'll be our neighbors saying, "I heard you want these back," and I'll be like, "How did you?"
Yep.
Oh yeah, 3 days ago.
Yeah. Dana says Evel Knievel action figure.
Yes.
That's one thing I wonder if I should have done if I should have just went straight up action figures. I went specific with wrestling, but
yeah, that would include G.I. Joe though, right?
True. Yeah. So I probably had to be specific. Nay says sit and spin, and Dana says you mean sit and spin and puke. Yeah. I remember those things. Those were intense. Yeah. I couldn't even imagine doing that like now as an adult. I would definitely vomit.
Definitely.
Are you kidding me? The speed that you used to get on those things, it would like fly you. Did you have sit and spins?
No, I did not. I
remember those things. You'd get yourself going so fast. The competition would be who can go the fastest. Oof. And it would go so fast you'd like throw yourself off them.
Yep.
I don't know how. I don't have any memories of throwing up after that. I don't know how I didn't. That's insane. Yeah, Abby said as a girl she relates more to your list.
Okay.
But Gail says I relate more to Matt's list except for the robots. So she agrees with the Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Okay.
On yours.
That was great.
But she calls this a tie. Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
Mary Lou says eBay. Yeah. That was when I was looking for things to add to the list, it was always like most valuable kids' toys now, like that you might still have.
See, the only problem with you saying that my Matchbox might be worth money, I played with my toys.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
You know, and most of...
If you kept it in the box, but like, what's the point?
Most of those, that are worth a lot of money, they have to be in pristine condition. You must have the original packaging. Who has that?
Right. Right.
So...
Crazy. Everybody agrees ranch ice cream is disgusting, by the way.
Yeah, I have no desire to try to find that. I just, we've done worse things on Foodie Friday.
We do Foodie Friday. But,
I don't know. I never could get the mac and cheese ice cream. Remember, because you had to order a minimum of like 4 pints or whatever, and I was like, we don't need that much.
Yeah. By the way, when Abby was saying I still play with toys, she was referencing the Paw Patrol cars. That's true.
Oh, you do?
I mean, they're pretty cool. I definitely would have enjoyed those as a kid, for sure. That's why I get why he likes Paw Patrol so much.
It's fun.
It's a cool show, and the toys, man. Oh, Mary Lou says eBay for Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Are the prices like inflated?
Yeah, because I got a real...
I got to spend $50 on peanut butter patties.
I got a tough budget director, man. I don't know
Why'd you point to me? You pointed to me at first.
I was...
Oh, the button.
Yeah,
Trish.
My name's not Trish.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't run the budget. They don't trust me with the money. They just trust me with the expensive things.
By the way, Saturday night, he'll be performing at Mikey B's. I got it right. You owe me $10.
No, I never agreed to that.
Darn.
Yeah.
He'll be at Mikey B's tomorrow night or Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m. He's there every Saturday. So if you'd like to check out Hunter Braley and some great music, you can do that.
It's like you scripted that at that point. Just for the record, I don't ask him to do this.
No. Yeah. Anyway, we hope you have
It's
a
like
good
a
week.
bad commercial. Call now.
Call now.
Yeah.
Operators are standing by.
But yes, if you'd like to come, that would be greatly appreciated. Good food, good music, good everything. So, yeah.
All right.
And last but not least, Abby said yesterday marked 5 years in recovery for her. So
congratulations.
that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
I can't turn up the music. I can't turn up the applause without the music. So
I used to hate that.
just know that I gave you the applause.
They're both
button.
on the same channel.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, Abby, though. So happy for you.
We will see you on St. Patrick's Day. Got to find a green shirt. Well, I have one. You?
I don't think I have a green shirt.
Okay.
I just have olive green, but like that's not the green. That's not the right green. Yeah.
So anyway, we'll be back on St. Patrick's Day. Have a great week, and no matter what, go out and make it a great day.
Yes. Peace.